Okay, guys, so we're here to talk about the first 6 chapters of Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. The Riddle House. The Riddle House is a good chapter. It's one that I awarded an 8. Um, I don't think this book is as tightly written as the previous two. I think J.K. really included a lot of things in this book that should have been cut. So that's part of the reason it's as big as it is. Through the first 6 chapters, we have arrived at the Quidditch World Cup. We haven't started the school year yet. And between these chapters, there's a lot of sort of long descriptions that really didn't need to be full chapters. The Scar, for example, which is chapter 2, is really a poor excuse for a chapter. I gave it a 4, and there's no reason why chapter 3, the invitation, should have been a separate chapter. These should have just been one chapter, really, even all the way to Back to the Burrow. Like, we're not having the kind of chapters that we saw in the previous 3 books, which felt more like full episodes. It's almost like just when things happen. Like in the chapter called The Scar, it's just Harry writing to Sirius. Like nothing happens. And where in other books, I think she would have made like a break and then continued the chapter. She just wrote another chapter. So it just feels like she's taken her time with things that really could have just been little details. They didn't need to be full expositions. And so not much has happened considering it's been this many chapters. Like in 6 chapters, you'd think more would have happened. That being said, I'm still excited about this book, and the scores were better after the Scar. So I went 8 for the Riddle House, and the scores were like this. I did 8, 4, 8, 8, 7, 7. So we're still fine. Like we're still sitting at a good, cozy start to the book. And I love this book. Again, I think it's a mess in the bad sense and in the good sense. I'm really glad that as a Potterhead, I get so much of the Wizarding world in this book. At the same time, I am kind of dragging my feet a bit here through the beginning, and I think it's just because we're not picking up a lot of momentum, you know. The other books had a little bit more momentum going off the start. So I'm at the chapter titled Bagman and Crouch. I haven't finished reading it. That's chapter 7. But the 6 chapters I've read so far, The Riddle House, The Scar, The Invitation, Back to the Burrow, Weasley's Wizard Wheezes, and The Portkey. These are enjoyable, but again, they're just not really, they're not that engaging. There's not much going on. So yeah, it just kind of feels like JK's meandering a bit too much here. She's not really giving us some substance for this book, for this story. It's a lot of meandering. So yeah, this video is going to be a short one. I wanted to give you guys an update because I'm taking my time with this book, mainly because it's so big, but also because I'm just having a harder time getting through it. And I've had so much fun rereading the books that instead of just doing the normal skim that I've been doing with the other books because I've already read them, I'm actually just rereading this from scratch, this book. Like every word, every line, every page. With the previous books, I was just skimming the chapters to remind myself what happened in them because of course, I've already read them all. And so it's not like I don't know what happens. I just wanted to confirm. But now with this one, I was like, you know what? I don't want to skim through Goblet of Fire. I actually want to read it a bit more. And with Prisoner of Azkaban, I was finding myself reading more than I meant to because it was so good. So I was trying to skim, and then I just found myself just reading because it was so enjoyable, especially towards the end, those last chapters. But really, the whole book, I just found myself like reading bigger chunks than I was meaning to because it was enjoyable. And in this one, it's been a bit more of a waiting experience. Like I'm waiting for things to get interesting, and they're not. They're whimsical. They're cute, but they're not that interesting. I don't know how long that's going to last. I'm worried that the whole book's going to feel this way, to be honest. And it's Goblet of Fire, like it's epic. But if it's written in this way where we are meandering so much, then I think we're going to lose the momentum. Like I think it's important that it kind of keeps trudging forward, and doesn't lose so much steam. Like we should have made it to the Quidditch World Cup in 3 chapters. Like for us to be 7 chapters in and we're just getting there, it's just too much. And like some of these chapters, again, just not much is happening. The scar is it's just a little day in Harry's life. Like we don't have time for this. We have so much shit that we need to get to. So, yep. So I just want to give you guys an update. I'm sorry. I was gonna do this in similar fashion to the previous episodes, but I just can't do it. I'm going too slow with them, and I feel like I should give you guys a update on where I'm at. So this will be part one of Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Again, those rankings: the Riddle House 8, the Scar 4, the Invitation 8, Back to the Burrow 8, Weasley's Wizard Wheezy's 7, and the Portkey 7. It's not the worst start to a book, but we have the lowest and shittiest chapter, certainly in my opinion, in this first bunch with the Scar. And yeah, we'll see what the next group is looking like. In my notes here, I've outlined kind of a plan. I've gone through this much of the book. I'm thinking this will be the next section. These chapters look a bit beefier, and certainly these do as well. So I'm really excited to get to some meaningful chapters. Like for example, like through 6 chapters, I'm only like 65 pages into the book. So that's pretty short. Like each chapter is only like 10, 11 pages. But as I was skimming through these next chapters, some of these are looking more like in 60 pages, we're going to read like 4 chapters. So those are going to be the beefy chapters and probably the more important ones. Really pretty, this book, by the way. I just got my order of Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, really the whole series. I've been meaning to get the British edition because I wanted just the text that J.K. wrote. I know the translations aren't that different. Like it's the same story. It's still English, but even just seeing like the Philosopher's Stone on the cover instead of Sorcerer's Stone makes me so happy. And little things like instead of cookies, calling them biscuits. And I just think it would help with the immersiveness. These books are already so whimsical. I don't really see the point in making much of an American translation for some of these things because we're already in a magic school in the Highlands of Scotland. So I just would prefer it to just be fully in that culture and in that lingo as much as possible. I don't know how much of the books, are translated. Translated is even a weird, or changed. I don't know how many words specifically. I don't know how much of the books are changed going from the British to the American version. I don't think anything about them really are changed, but there's just little things, again, like calling it a biscuit instead of a cookie, and just other terms. Maybe even things how they, whether, if they ever mention a bathroom, maybe they call them toilets in here. So really excited to be reading this very pretty, glistening, fresh, delicious, tasty book. the finish on this is so smooth, by the way. It's like really soft and smooth. Like, I'm really liking it. It's quite a different contrast to the American books. I'll show you here if I can go get it. So for contrast, this is the Goblet of Fire in the US by Scholastic. Here's the one by Bloomsbury. And you can't tell here, but the finish on these is slightly different. There's just a gloss to these. These are, the American one I have here is a bit older too. A bit fatter as well, like the way it's printed on the page. This one comes out to about, was it 600 pages or? Yeah, like a little over 600. And this one, I think might even reach 800. Oh no, 700. Yeah, so this one's about 120 pages longer than this one. So just the way it's printed and some of the ways it looks like on the inside as well. So here's, oh wait, I don't think I can do this. Wait, I think I'm gonna get in trouble if I do this. I don't think I can show like text on the screen, but I think I can show like at least the artwork. And so, let's see if I can do this. Like, this is what the American artwork looks like for the Dark Mark, for example. Pretty cool. Even the back's a little bit different, what it says. Let's look at the Dark Mark chapter in this book. So in this one, it looks like there's not a picture, but there's a, you know, just kind of this little sparkle effect. And throughout the chapters at the top, there's little, oh, there isn't. I thought there were sparkles there. Maybe it was in this one. Oh yeah, this one's got little sparkles at the top. So they're both pretty fun, and I do like this cover. I think it's whimsical and fun, and this one's almost more in a Game of Thrones kind of direction. The font's different, which is interesting as well, right? This one versus this one. And these aren't the original Bloomsbury covers either, like from the first editions, but again, I just wanted the British versions. I have a version in Spanish as well, and it uses these same covers. I only have the Philosopher's Stone one in Spanish, but maybe one day down the road I'll have that full collection as well. I wonder if they make a Latin Spanish version or a Mexican Spanish one. They probably don't. I think it's Salamandra is the publishing company, and it's based out of Spain, and it just feels a bit more like a Spaniard type of Spanish, and it's fine. Like, it works. But it does make it a little bit more difficult for me to read. So, yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. Just a little update from me. I'll see you guys sooner than later. I want to keep uploading just so you guys aren't confused as to what's going on. So, thanks for watching. I'll catch you later.